Hey, hey, hey. Hey, what up, what up, what up? We are back, you know what I'm saying? Welcome.
We are here.
We're here.
We're here with our 168-hour journey into Caucassic Park.
Caucassic Park.
How long did you
Wow.
After we came up with that one last night on the fly. Ime and I and Treble and Austin were all spitballing new titles for this week in White Supremacy. And we figured out there were 168 hours in a week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. In our journey into Caucassic Park.
Caucassic Park.
Caucassic Park.
That's not bad, actually.
You're welcome. I thought so.
I'm not going front.
Yeah, I thought it was
that's not bad. That's not bad at all. So, what's up, y'all? We're back with a normal show. You know, I thought last week was pretty powerful.
Any of our shows normal?
I mean, man,
it's white supremacy. I guess white supremacy is the norm, right?
It's. I mean, in America, it is. I mean, we're really all around the world.
Yeah, that's what
we
I'm
do
saying.
have to get our worldwide white supremacy on, man. We gotta find those stories. Well, I don't know. I mean, George Santos was in Brazil doing his thing.
Worldwide
so
whiteness, man.
Worldwide whiteness.
Man,
I like that. That's a good episode.
Come on,
that's a good title. Worldwide. But then people will probably think we was on something different. My name is Jasiri X. I am co-founder and CEO of One Hood Media, and to my immediate right, again,
It's your girl. Big blessing with a big blessing.
Hashtag big blessing.
is that the hashtag we're using?
Yeah.
Me and Mufasa are here.
Cool. Come on now.
Got the
And your
whole
name
tribe.
is?
Oh, my name is Miracle.
Yes.
Hashtag big blessing.
Have somebody think. I mean, your name's not Big Blessing, though. I mean, your name's Miracle.
It could be.
It could
be. Yeah, that's your rap name.
I'm not mad at that.
That big blessing.
That's
Big
kind of
bless.
hot. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of
Big Bless in the
I have
building.
to change all my social media.
I'm not
tags
gonna
right
lie,
now.
that sound like a name you hear at Magic City or something.
Oh,
mean, you know,
hey, wait a second.
Listen, sex positivity.
That's positive.
Hey,
Yeah.
That would be hot. I'm not
Listen.
That
gonna
would be
lie.
hot. Yeah, Big Blessing.
What a media presents.
big blessing.
I mean, we do have a black box. No, I'm just playing. A black box theater.
One of those episodes.
Throw a little runway up there, man. The One Hood fundraiser this month is a little bit different.
whole bunch of niggas in the black box.
Listen, you gotta
See?
keep it real.
Why you gotta go there? Why you gotta go there, Farouk? We were having good natured fun.
You started it. You literally gave me the alley-oop.
This is Our
my
niggas
God.
in the black box is the question.
Oh.
I mean, you know, we can't assume anybody's sexual preference.
I mean, I guess maybe not Michael B. Jordan. Is that where we're going?
All right, we'll see you next week. Thank you. Have a good week.
No, we're good because we were right. We were PC in the first 15 seconds.
Oh, my,
Yeah.
right. Did we? Yeah. We're
It's 9
obviously
seconds, actually. It's 9.
demonetized very quickly.
It wasn't even me this time.
So,
Go nigga. I mean, go figure.
Okay, MAGA Muslim.
We're
so
on
my
fire.
brother, setting it off.
Nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? Apologize if niggas look sleepy.
Yes.
The next level shaman.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Man.
Let's
go.
It is a struggle. We're all
Insomniacs,
struggling.
you know, Insomniacs Unite. You know what I mean? And my brother.
The satirical,
Uh-oh.
the animated,
Okay.
the irreverent. I can't think of a D. Pause.
We're all sleeping. Can't think of a way.
Yeah, man. You know, neighborhood supervillain, full-time supervillain, part-time hater, the revolutionary but gorgeous, the supreme Asiatic, intelligently divine, the strong aesthetic, the intelligent, the dedicated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you
Come
go.
on.
There you go. Well, man. Well, there's a D that we're going to lead with.
I mean, I always do, but you know, best practices in that. Lodge up to the fence.
Where are y'all minds? Where are y'all minds? Okay, I was talking about DeSantis.
Oh, man.
Okay, the D. I was that's what you were talking about. As if we didn't have a pre-production meeting 5 minutes before we said, "Let's go." Let's start recording. Oh my God.
clap, reset it.
Lord,
yeah. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Oh.
Fuck it. Run it live.
So for those that don't know,
Bill O'Reilly.
Ron DeSantis, governor of Florida.
How, Sway?
And his administration penned a letter to the college board rejecting plans for AP African American Studies course, claiming that it, quote, significantly lacks educational value. And so, of course,
That's a hell of a statement, man.
Yeah.
That's
so here's
significantly.
like your history basically has no educational value. Like, why are we here? What are we doing? Why are we learning it? Of course, Ron DeSantis is the, and it's really kind of like the racial wars, right? Yeah. Who can be more racist and cater to the white supremacist GOP base, right? Trump and DeSantis are jockeying for who's going to be the GOP, person
That's gonna
for
be
president.
A hell of a showdown. That's like celebrity deathmatch.
100%. Yeah. It's like white on white crime. You know what I'm saying?
Nothing makes me happier than white on white crime.
So here's DeSantis, right? He's throwing his, hood, his Klan hood.
He throwing his set
throwing his hood into the.
I just wonder who's going to do the Hitler salute first, Trump or DeSantis?
Man, I think that's the question. Well, probably that independent candidate from Chicago. He's probably gonna put it on his T-shirt. Lord have mercy.
Oh man.
So Florida currently has.
What if he did that shit?
Would you be surprised?
No, I wouldn't be.
The dude already professed a love for Hitler
he said, I love.
Yes. As a human being, but also as a black person. So who knows? That's the thing. Where is he going to go now?
The hell.
Yeah, absolutely. And then he could kick it with Hitler, right?
I guess, yeah, man.
So Florida has AP European history. Mm-hmm. Florida has AP art history.
Mm-hmm.
Florida has AP Japanese language and culture.
Okay.
AP German language and culture.
Okay. Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
AP Italian language and culture. AP Spanish language and culture.
Muy bien.
But
La Supremacía Blanca.
It has no, from now, because of DeSantis, no AP African American studies, and then
they sans nigga. They are sans nigga. And
you have a clip where Governor DeSantis was discussing why
he's breaking it down too.
He felt that AP African American studies didn't have significant education value, according to his quote.
And here we go.
What's one of the lessons about? Queer theory.
Why you just say queer so angrily?
It was a queer theory. Hold on, here we go.
What's one of the lessons about? Queer theory. Now, who would say that an important part of black history is queer theory?
Who would say that?
That is somebody pushing an agenda on our kids. Pushing. When you look to see they have stuff about intersectionality, abolishing prisons, that's a political agenda. And so that's the wrong side of the line for Florida standards.
Wow. And it's as if
that's the only thing that's in there.
if queer people didn't exist in European, right. Japanese, German, Italian, Spanish, but Miracle, you said you agree.
Yes.
Your agenda, the agenda you're pushing.
Langston Hughes, the Harlem Renaissance.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Thinking about this whole civil rights movement.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thinking about disco and go-go and music and arts
absolutely.
And culture.
Absolutely.
Queer theory is a part of African American history.
Right, absolutely.
Intersectionality, she's black. You're talking about, with history, you're talking about people who have contributed to the culture, and obviously if you have a whole stock woke act, I would think that would show that there is something that needs to be discussed in schools, because obviously intersectionality and Kimberly Crenshaw is and has been pushing the culture forward for now 200%.
Yeah. But
AP is supposed to be a precursor to college level instruction.
Right.
So if anywhere in educational systems you're able to begin an introductory course to these type of conversations, it would be your AP classes that are optional that you get to pick and choose.
And, I mean, they're weighted, but absolutely, they're optional, Yeah,
you could do, I forgot what AP courses I took.
But Miracle, you might learn about abolishing prisons and, in Florida, right?
Slavery.
But if you read the AP coursework, you learn a lot of stuff. And
100%,
it's presented as this person said this person did that. It's not like, go and blow up a prison right now. That's not how instruction works.
It makes you wonder, kind of like you said, does AP German language and culture talk about, Hitler and that part of the history? And then it's or does AP Italian language and culture talk about Mussolini and that history, or is that thrown away? Or does the Spanish language and culture talk about the Inquisition, right? The where they went around the world and was trying to kill everybody. So
Christopher Columbus,
right. So it is interesting that that is acceptable, and then we get a European history, the Dark Ages, all types of wild stuff. So it does make you wonder, but again, it's the life. Black people's lives, particularly since we've been in the United States of America, it is inherently political, right?
It's a fact.
I mean, we had to fight to even get slavery abolished and outlawed, right?
We had to fight for every right that we have,
every single right,
every liberty that we have,
every liberty, right?
Black people had to fight for.
And like I said, to me, I believe this is a direct response to white people participating in the 2020 protests. And people like DeSantis.
Shit?
No.
Oh.
I'm not talking. That was 2021.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2021. I'm talking about the George Floyd uprising in 2020, and the fact that they saw a lot of young white people in the street. And because it was right after that it was well, wait, why are these white people jumping up for George Floyd? Why are these white people also protesting besides black, brown, indigenous, and queer people? Hey, what are they learning and where are they learning it? And then that's when you saw this whole critical race theory, which is not taught in any high school, but the pushback, the intense pushback against actually learning about true lived black experiences in the United States, where they actually want to take books out.
Yeah.
I forget what, it was a black woman who had a book, and they wanted to take her book out. And it just talked about her experience as a black woman in the 50s and 60s growing up in the United States and the discrimination that she actually felt. And they were like, this is depressing. Children, would be hurt by this or feel guilty by this. And so here we are.
It's the I guess, what is it? The sensationalism of CRT and how efficient that propaganda is.
Very efficient.
It's incredible. How the Republican Party led this smear campaign against CRT to make you actually believe that it exists in secondary school, which is a university course. And we can't stress that enough on the show that there's, like Desiree just said, there's no bloody high school in the country that teaches CRT. You can't just go into a ninth grade room, a whole bunch of first years and be like, hey, what are we doing to CRT today? They're like, what?
Right.
But I think people understand that it's not taught in schools. I think that people are just upset that they have to see people that don't look like them every day. It's one thing when you choose to go see a movie or you choose to go out to a concert and you see people who don't look like you, sound like you, act like you.
Yeah.
It's another thing when you have to turn on TV, see the news anchor look different than you, go to work, see somebody who looks different than you, send your kids to school where it's no longer privatized.
Yeah.
And now people are just enraged. There was this one man who went to the American Girl store and was upset that they were black and brown dolls. I mean, and I think that what we're seeing, and not to steal Van Jones's thunder, is a white lash for some people who were okay with seeing black and brown people from a distance.
Yes.
And now they're forced to be neighbors, and they're forced to see people 24/7. I was joking at the inauguration. That was this little too much diversity.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yes.
And I was thinking about, and it was a joke, but thinking about what does it mean for someone who's been coming to inauguration for 30, 40 years, and all of a sudden has to hear people with accents, people in different languages.
All of a sudden, it's this Jewish and black guy coming to like run the state. You know what I'm saying?
You hear all four stanzas of Lift Every Voice and Sing.
Yes.
Like, what does that mean?
Meek Mill and Wiz Khalifa. How dare you bring this hoodlum raps to the inauguration?
And so there was conversations that people were having about, oh, this is different.
Yeah.
And I have always looked at the CRT debate as how far people are willing to pretend that they don't know what it's talking about.
It reminds me of, remember the guy who was like mad that a black person was at the Country Music Awards? Like, how did this black person get on my TV? We're looking at country music. Trouble?
I think this is all fascinating, especially the CRT argument, because it's not like we were learning quality history in 100%. Schools in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for them to cause all this uproar, it's like clearly they're not in these schools themselves.
100%.
Which to me is kind of like worrying, because you have people who don't really interact with the public school systems, who are barring them from teaching us quality education
100%.
Even further.
Yeah.
I'm just happy that I don't live in Florida.
I mean, but it is happening all over. You're right. I mean, we're gonna pretty soon be in Black History Month, and if you talk to black students in schools, it's like Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks. It's like, even when we talk about Black history, it's so limiting. It's not. We don't talk about like Black history like 1995 to now, right?
No,
it's really this small, and it's like, but they want to take that away. You've had people, they don't want to teach Martin Luther King in school now. They don't want to teach Rosa Parks in school now. There's it says in Manatee County, Florida, teachers are being told to make their classroom libraries inaccessible to students or risk felony prosecution.
That shit is nuts.
That's wild.
I mean, it's like, is it fentanyl inside the book? I mean, it's like, what the hell? Like, if a child touches like a unvetted book, hey, that book wasn't vetted, or that book wasn't cleared, that, now all of a sudden you could go to jail as a teacher. And it makes you wonder, this is why they have
Where's the freedom of speech in that? Like, where is your, I mean, that's just like, that's
weird.
That's what Americans tell you communism is.
100%. Yes. But it's like, in their mind, this, and like you said, it's done under the guise of, we have to protect the children, right? This is what DeSantis said. He said that the coursework is inexplicably contrary to Florida law. And that's that Stop Woke Act, right? And this is where we talk about like why it's important to participate in elections, why it's important, like who's in charge, because they can then pass legislation that could actually affect you where you live, right? So he used this Stop Woke Act, which has been challenged by the court, but to stop AP African American studies from being taught, then said, should the College Board be willing to come back to the table with, quote, lawful, historically accurate content, we will always be willing to reopen the discussion. So now he's already on record saying any mention of queer people, that got to be gone, right?
Yeah.
Any mention of intersectionality, that's gone. Any mention of abolishing prisons or the movement, that's gone, right? So you definitely can't talk about any type of police brutality, that got to be gone. And so then you get like this sanitized version. It's almost how America teaches like Jesus. Yes. They teach this so like innocuous, like Jesus, like, just wanted to, hey, hi guys, I just want to make you American, and, and it's like, you don't, when you actually read the Bible or even historical accounts of Jesus, it's completely different. Absolutely. Including how he looks. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but why does how he looks matter? Christ is about love.
Yeah, that's wild. Like, can we teach Jesus in the AP African American?
Better not.
Wasn't he talking about abolishing stuff?
That's a felony charge right there.
And speaking of, I guess, not to, I don't want to beat up on the South. But right now,
I don't want to, but I want to do it anyway.
No, I'm just saying
we have no choice.
Florida,
Miracle.
And then we're going to Georgia. And again, this is
that Florida-Georgia line.
Oh man, Florida and Georgia. All, although, you got to give it up to the black people in Georgia because they have been organizing. Yes. Thankfully, Lord, I mean, we don't have Senator Herschel Walker. Although it probably
almost did.
It was so close. What the?
It's almost like redlining and gentrification and voter suppression.
100%. Yes. His egg is scrambled. So right now in Georgia, there is I would say like a big movement taking place right now, and it's around something that is happening in Atlanta or outside of Atlanta, called Cop City.
Cop City, bitch. Cop City, bitch.
And Cop City isn't what they wanted to call it. I think this is what activists kind of came together to say this area. But what they want to do is they want to tear down 350 acres of forest land and turn it into a mock city. So police departments from all over the country, right, and maybe all over the world could come and practice like urban defense, right? Again, to me, a direct response to what happened in 2020, right? The uprising after the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Ahmaud Arbery. Now, they got to prepare for it, right? They got to practice for it in their mind. And so when this was announced that they would take these 350 acres of land to create this mock city that they could train how to really just, oppress us, abuse us, and marginalize us in more ways than they're already doing, protesters went down there and they were sitting in the forest in an attempt to prevent them from actually tearing it down. All of a sudden, a protester was killed. Did you want to actually play that video clip? Because they could put it in context as to what happened down there, a confrontation between the police and the protesters, and what people are saying actually took place.
Tehran, also known as Tort, the protester in Atlanta who was shot and killed by police during a confrontation. Police allege protesters shot first, but activists dispute the claim and say an officer was struck by friendly fire. On Twitter, one of the organizations involved in the encampment says, quote, forest defenders on the ground say they heard a round of about 12 shots fired all at once around 9:04 a.m. this morning. This contradicts the back-and-forth shooting story pushed by police. We have reason to believe the officer shot today was hit by friendly fire and not by the protester who was killed. Activists say this recent raid comes on the heels of months of increasing violence from police. This death dramatically escalated the struggle over the building of Cop City. The Atlanta Police Foundation is building a police militarization facility for police to train in urban warfare known as Cop City. The plans include military-grade training facilities, a mock city to practice urban warfare in, explosive testing areas, dozens of shooting ranges, and a Black Hawk helicopter landing pad. The project will cost $90 million, $60 million in corporate funding and $30 million in tax dollars. The Atlanta Police Foundation has refused to make the corporate sponsors of the facility public. Activists say the police are blocking public debate and withholding environmental assessment reports. They also say they won't give up on the fight to stop Cop City.
Wow. And there's one other point I think is important before I pass it to Miracle. It says that the old Atlanta prison farm this is kind of the area where they want to build Cop City, is a former plantation turned prison.
Of course it is.
Taken from land stolen from the Muskogee Creek Nation. The site was an active prison until the 70s and was still being used for farming until 1995, but a former plantation. So, Miracle, what's happening, and I guess how can we get involved, and how can we join the fight to stop Cop City?
Everyone needs to be involved in the fight to stop Cop City, because what we're looking at is the militarization and expansion of the police state. And for this to happen in Atlanta, people need to understand that since Freaknik, really, there has been a fight in Atlanta between the working class black people and the bourgeoisie. Yeah. And so Buckhead is one of the neighborhoods in Atlanta. It was one of the richest zip codes, and basically was like, get stuff together or we're going to leave the city of Atlanta. And this is what they came up with, was this Cop City, which during a time of environmental crisis, to destroy a forest of over 300 acres is just horrible and is a violent assault on the people of Atlanta and people globally. But what people need to understand is Atlanta is the worst place for this to happen. Outside of all of the murders, we've had places like the Red Team be disassembled because it was so violent and so corrupt, and that was a specialized police force. We've had multiple raids where, like the Eagle raid, where it was a queer nightclub where people were literally raided and had stuff tossed, and it was this homophobic assault on people's communities. We've had police officers assault people. We've had police officers kill people. And what we've had was Cop City in particular was the corporate takeover of democracy. When they had the open hearings, the residents, the community said, we don't want this Cop City built. But you had gentrifiers and capitalists said, hey, we're going to raise this $60 million. We want this, so it's going to happen. People have called, people have protested, people have organized. They've done everything they could to push Cop City back. And what's very important is Cop City is not just for the city of Atlanta. It is primarily to train police forces all across the globe to how to suppress community uprising, how to stop good trouble. The home of good trouble is training police officers across the world to stop and repress good trouble. If we remember during the George Floyd uprisings, then Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms had the National Guard come in, shut the city down. That's when the students were yanked out of the car. So we have seen police occupy our communities. And this is a time where the racial disparities in Atlanta are one of the starkest in the nation. That $90 million could have gone to housing, could have gone to healthcare, could have gone to food, and instead it's going to militarize and occupy territories and put more Black and brown people in prisons. And this is something that everyone has to fight against. So you need to talk to your elected officials. You need to make sure people demand an investigation into the murder of Tort. First they said there was no gun, then now there's a police gun. So there was video footage, now there's no video footage. And now we're never going to get anything because the police will never investigate themselves. But everyone needs to get involved and fight back and demand investment in communities and not in the police.
Absolutely. I remember in 2020, during those uprisings, you had the brother Rashad Brooks killed. Those officers were not charged. No officer faced any type of punishment from that. So now we have another police killing. And it does, make you. I mean, we already know, like the fact that police lie, police are corrupt. So when police come out and say, oh, there's no video footage and there's no gun, then it's like, oh, we found a gun. And, they're tests to see if somebody shot a gun, you know what I'm saying? But like we were saying, I mean, when they showed the gun is like a gun that police use. Then it was like, oh, we have video footage now, but it's just of the aftermath of everything. And so it's this thing of like, oh, these are domestic terrorists. They're bad, although nobody at January, only one person or a few people were charged with sedition for January 6th. That wasn't domestic terrorism, but this is. And it also kind of dovetails into what's happening in Memphis as well, Miracle, where you have 5 Black police officers. There's also this thing of a lot of times when we have discussion around policing, that's what people say, right? Like, we need more Black police officers.
Black cops.
And there's
if only we have Black cops
if we just had more Black police officers, there's no data that shows that the presence of Black police officers decreases police brutality, militarization, or oppression. And so 5 Black police officers have actually been fired, which is, so people are looking at this case.
I wonder if they were white, would they have been fired?
I mean,
that's on administrative leave.
That's a question, right? When people talk about the first police officer in Minneapolis that was charged with police murder was a Black officer that shot a white woman, right? So, a Memphis man, Tyree Nichols, died in police custody. And according to witnesses, he was beaten by these 5 officers. These 5 Black police officers have been fired. And so supposedly there's video, and the talk around this is that the video is so bad that the police department took this step of firing these officers before the video came out because they were afraid as to what the community and public response was going to be. But again, this is something that Miracle touched on. What recourse do we have when police murder us and kill us unjustly? Is, the one recourse that's constitutionally protected is peaceful protests. And here you are wanting to build this facility so you can find out how to further combat us, arrest us, kettle us, all of this violence that we're experiencing. And, the violence, it's like the person's life, that violence that led to the protest always like excused somehow. Mm-hmm. It's always like forgotten about. It's like, oh, they set a car on fire. Well, that's a car. Shoot, you just put $90 million to build this thing. You think can't afford another police car?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we can go buy a new police car for the police, or buy a new building. If the building burned down, we could put another building up. They got insurance, but we can't bring tort back.
Did you have all this wrote down?
I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
one today.
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating because, imagine if you spent $90 million to look at how to actually protect and serve community,
right?
To figure out how to protect and preserve human life, which is what you're supposed to be doing. Now, imagine how different a relationship would be between the police and community if these people are here to protect my human life, to guard my life, to guard the actual pursuit of happiness and all the bullshit that they tell us that we have as black people in the United States that we don't, right? Mm-hmm. But no, you're actually training to see how to further oppress us, brutalize us, beat us. And so, of course, we're going to protest that. Mm-hmm. Of course we are. You know what I'm saying? And nobody should die based on a peaceful protest. So we say free the folks that you arrested from Cop City and encourage folks to continue to get involved, to push back on this over militarization of police that we see taking place, not just in Atlanta, but all over the country.
Go ahead.
Oh, appreciate it. Got some black claps.
I was going to say that this conversation makes what DeSantis is doing in Florida even more dangerous.
Absolutely.
Because with him suppressing us, the younger generation, truly learning about the violence that is perpetuated by the police state, all he's doing is creating a mental landscape where people are more accepting of a police state.
100%.
And they look at what's happening in Atlanta as just normal. Like, why wouldn't we do that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have the full story. They don't get that full history of why we are protesting things like this.
Absolutely.
Why it's important that we speak out against police brutality, or why it's important that we challenge the prison industrial complex in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Miracle?
This just goes back again to show that black people can uphold white supremacy.
Absolutely.
And that black people will willingly take on the mantle of white supremacy if they feel that it's going to bolster their careers, whether it's Mayor Andre in Atlanta or these 5 black officers in Memphis. We are starting to see that white supremacy has really infiltrated the black liberation movement and the black representation movement, and people are using their connection to community to actually harm and poison it and not fight for community. And so this is also something we have to be mindful of, that not all skin folk are kinfolk. And a lot of people who look like us are actively doing damage to our communities instead of building it and fighting for us. And so it's very heartbreaking, but like Cop City cannot be built. And it cannot be built in the heart of Atlanta, in the heart of good trouble. And so it's our duty to fight for our freedom and our duty to push back, and our duty to demand these corporations find another alternative to safety. And we believe it's investing in communities, giving people housing, health care, giving people jobs, allowing communities to grow, not stifling it with police.
Right. I mean, spend $90 million for affordable housing for folks, and think how different your city is. And like you said, Atlanta's mayor basically called, people protesting domestic terrorists, and I remember, even before that, it was like he introduced a bill when he was a legislator to like close the jail down, and he became mayor and he wanted to fill up the jail with more black people. And so, we really have to then look at, again, like who we're like who are you working for? And who are you identifying with? And if you're black and identifying white supremacy, we got to get you up out of there.
And he's only there because they said his opponent was going to close the strip clubs.
And
so people came out and literally voted for him because they thought that he was part of the people. Like, you remember, that's how wild Atlanta politics is.
That's crazy.
And it was like he positioned himself as a person of the people, as a fighter for the working class, as an abolitionist adjacent individual, and now it's like pulling a Kirsten Sinema, and it's like, what? Come on, Andre, like, right by the people.
Or you could say, Miracle, He's pulling a George Santos. You can say he's pulling a George Santos because, I mean, the bar...
It's so low.
No, I was going to say the bar for lying politics. Hey, George is on fire right now.
Listen,
it's like, is there a Guinness Book World Record for like most consecutive lies told?
I mean, you know, he got a lie for every personality, man.
Hey,
like, you know, he is like 8 different niggas.
And I'm wondering,
one of them which is a nigga, according to him. He said, "Hey, I'm black."
God. Yeah, and then we found out that he also. Yeah, right.
We don't really know what.
We don't know what this dude is.
Brazilian Portuguese people, they're such a mixing pot.
Right.
We know allegedly the mom. We don't know who the dad is.
We don't know. We don't know. Yeah. And it's not. And it's not like you can like. It's not he gonna tell you. I mean, there's video.
Even if he did,
he did. He's gonna know. My dad was the dude said he was like captain of the volleyball team of a college he didn't even go to. Yeah, I was captain of the volleyball team. We won the championship that year. Man. He wasn't even at the school.
I was spiking on these niggas' heads every day. Big serve. Pow! And then I went and put on a wig. I was on a cheerleading squad afterwards. And then after that, I interned at Goldman Sachs.
Hey, but shout out to that community, the queer community in Brazil, for again, like not trying to let this dude get away with lies, right? Mm-hmm. It's like, no, we got, and then when it was like, the first picture was like grainy. So he was like, the idea that I participated as a drag queen. Then it was like, oh, we got the HD footage right here, my dude. We got HD pictures. We got HD videos. There was interviews with him. Clearly it's you. And then he was like, oh, I just, sometimes I would like to go party when I was young. And it wasn't like, hey, bro, man. You know what I'm saying? But to me, the coup de grace, I don't know. It's like, which lie is bigger, right? Mm-hmm. But the fact that like, his mom. So the dude said that his mom died as a result of 9/11. Mind you, 9/11 happened in 2001 and his mom didn't die until 2016.
That's 15 years.
But he ran on like, my mom was in the South Tower. My mom was in the South Tower. Your mom was in Brazil, my nigga. Like your mom was not even.
She was in the South. In a tower,
South America,
in another hemisphere. Maybe that's the global South.
Hey,
the global South.
The apartment building that she stayed in was called the Tower
in the South.
Oh, you know what I mean?
In the south of Rio.
Is it really a lie? But so they went and found her immigration records. Mm-hmm. His mom didn't even come back to the United States. Trouble. She left in 1999 and didn't come back to 2003. Wow. I mean, it's just like it's just an unraveling. So of course there's calls for him to resign. He ain't doing that. I mean, like
there's no such thing as like a vote of no confidence.
No. This is not even that. Like the Republican Party and McCarthy actually put him on 2 committees.
Right.
Small business, and I forget what the other committee is.
He said it's big business now. Big business Santos.
Look.
Miracle.
He's scamming, and he needs to be. He needs. Who can?
He can't teach you how to scam.
Yeah.
Well,
he can.
Who knows how to stop a scammer?
Oh, is that it?
You know
right. Yeah.
It takes a scammer to stop a scammer.
It takes one to know one. So
oh my God.
Maybe he's gonna be out here. I am loving this. Like I feel like George Santos is like the epitome of like a stunt queen. Like he told the media that he was gonna have a surprise for them. They thought it was going to be a press conference. It was just donuts and coffee outside his office. Like,
surprise tomorrow. They all showed up. Get this dunking, my nigga.
This on me.
Listen,
this is on me. This is on Big Santos.
He is basically revealing how politics really is going to reward you for playing dirty. Remember that with Trump and his family's wealth coming from basically being drug dealers.
100%. Yeah.
Like Santos is just showing you like this is all a game to some people.
That's all a game.
He's there and like you can't move him. So he is moving with all of the audacity of like a manager and a Karen, and it's like there is nothing you can do until he gets arrested for a federal crime.
Until he gets arrested,
he doesn't have to resign.
And
his whole staff can quit.
Yeah,
he does not. He's in.
He's getting his health care.
Come on, man.
His health care, his benefits.
He can getting
do whatever. He can travel. Like he is perched and like living the life. And outside of the white supremacy, like if I just hate that he's like a white supremacist bigot, and definitely so I hope that like he moves away from like all of that and just literally.
I mean, he
like
can.
Like, yeah,
he can. I mean, because it doesn't. I mean, I wish you probably lied about your positions. I mean, and that's the thing. It's like, but it's like, they said the veteran came out and was like, yo, he
scammed me for $650,000.
No, this was the dude that was like, yo, he put a GoFundMe up to help my sick dog.
Oh, okay.
Took the $3,000. My dog died. Like, I mean, it's like, but like you said, there's just going to be more and more stories of how he scammed. The guy who donated to his campaign a whole bunch of money, he was scammed. Like, all of these donors were scammed. Like, you know what I'm saying? They said he made $55,000 in 2020, and in 2022, all of a sudden made $750,000.
Oh shit!
You know what I'm saying?
That's $750,000, man.
And they said the company and he said, oh, that was my salary for the company. They said the company only made $43,000. Hey, yo, my nigga is out here living life.
Get it? That's the
He's
book I
living life.
Not Rich Dad,
George Santos,
Dad.
Get It How You Live.
Not 40 Laws of Power. I need Santos to write the book.
How to Lie and Win Friends.
How to Scam and Win.
How to Scam and Win. Oh, right. That's, you know what I'm saying?
No consequences. Like, just out here, like,
he,
real Teflon Don.
Yeah, true.
PPP loan scammer, like,
yeah.
He came up.
And that's the thing. I mean, but it is wild because, like, it shows, like, the Republican Party, they're so desperate for, like, representation from, like, other communities.
Right.
So, if you young black and you got some game, you could just run up there. I mean, we've seen it and just start, like, spouting, there's no racism. Racism doesn't exist. And if you got a little bit of sense, you can just take all these people's money.
Right.
You can just take all their money. And George Santos.
So we saying that's what Candace Owens is doing?
Man, Candace Owens is she's a scammer to the hilt. You know what I'm saying? But then Candace Owens,
he went biblical.
Candace Owens, though, I think, like, when you defend, like, Kanye, when you defend, like, Andrew Tate, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's something more insidious.
Right.
To, like, what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, scammer. You know what I mean? Most of these, I think, black people.
In our opinion.
Yeah, are scammers. Oh yeah, what she might try. So in our opinion, in our humble opinion. But I think that was, Santos was like, yo, he was like, I'm queer, I'm Latino, I'm Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm black, I'm a Republican, I'm everything, and he was able to rally those folks that was like, oh yeah, see, this is our diversity. We're gonna vote for Santos. And you got scammed, man.
Self-hatred does a lot for a lot of
folks. It does a lot. It definitely does a lot.
What was the bill that was passed?
The Santos bill?
Yeah, the Santos bill.
Stop. I forget what the acronym was.
Ill.
Yeah, that was our man Richie Torres with the, like, stop another lying. I forgot there's no lies in there. It was like stop another non-truthful office seeker. That's what it was. Stop another non-truthful. But like Miracle said, like, unless they feds come and put the handcuffs on, guess what? He's there. The media can show up every day. Guess what? I'm there. I'm getting my money. I'm getting my health care. I'm living life. If it's only for 2 years, like, there's going to be a Santos movie. Who's going to play Santos? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
You know who he looks like? He looks like Tobey Maguire.
You know what I need? A
little bit.
I need Santos to walk through with, like, a fur. I need him to use like the media.
Like Drake, and he's going to take Cameron's fur. Cameron's pink fur.
The basketball players walk to the tunnel.
Yes.
That's what I need George Santos to do. I need him to step the game up and be like, stunt for these next 2 years. Like, you want to be in there? Just have fun with it and just be like, okay.
Maybe the guy from Andor, maybe he'd gain a little weight and then he could be the George Santos. Because this dude he's got to write a book. He's got to sell his story. I mean, he's made it.
That would be.
He made it in America off scamming.
American tale.
100%.
He literally is the American dream.
The most American of dreams.
He's
started from the bottom. Now he's started from
started for the bottom. Now we here. Oh man!
If he can just get rid of the white supremacy, I feel like he would be like America's, like, favorite politician.
But unfortunately, Miracle.
I think it's more profitable for him to be like, you know what, I'm here and now I see what's happening. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna bring this together because the New York Republicans have been distancing and calling for him to resign.
They have.
A lot of conservatives have been coming after him because they now know
that
he's a drag queen and he allegedly dated someone very young.
Yeah.
At the tip
allegedly.
of legal, and so I think he could really brand and market himself away from all the chaos and drama.
I mean, clearly he's smart.
But I think if he tries to do that, Miracle, then McCarthy and them have no reason to keep him around. Like he's able to stay around.
He can't be. He's there.
Oh, well, okay, right, okay,
They gotta remove him for cause. They can't do nothing. Like as long as he doesn't become an independent, there's nothing that they can do to him.
Did we want to talk about this major victory that conservatives have won recently?
Which one are you referring to?
It's the M&M victory, brother.
M&M victory.
Yes, M&Ms have. I guess the M&Ms were.
If only they can make the other M&M disappear. Then I'd be happy.
Oh, you like Eminem? Hey, leave Eminem alone. Eminem was, he has a style of rap that is, not. It's not my cup of tea.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, a legend in the game. So Eminem,
definitely.
Eminem said, America, let's talk. In the last year, we've made some changes to our beloved spoke candies. We weren't sure if anyone would even notice, but Tucker Carlson did. That motherfucker has been on our ass for the past
it's like,
6 months.
I'm going to say, because they've had these M&Ms for at least 20, 30 years.
Hey, so they said, they're about bringing people together. So, they've decided to take an indefinite pause from the M&M spokes candies. So there will be no, I guess, I don't know, was there like a queer M&M? Then it's like, if you got, then I wonder if they bought a pack, do they like not eat that one, that color? Do they like, so that color aside?
They gave them all the
oh, you about to get some M&Ms?
They took all they gave them all similar shoes. They had a purple M&M.
The purple one. Yes.
What did it? They put all the women M&Ms on a bag.
Oh, that was it. Right, because I remember that man was like, no alpha male is going to eat M&Ms from now on. Hey, brother, that's not an alpha male thing to do.
Not even the peanut butter M&Ms or the peanut M&Ms.
I'm not a wolf. I don't go by the animal.
Oh, is that? Oh, okay.
Those are just regular M&Ms.
Oh, these are regular ones? Oh, wait.
M&Ms.
Sorry.
Which ones are the gay ones?
It's those ones. But
these are the gay ones.
Tucker, which ones are the gay ones, bro? I don't know.
The M&Ms the peanut butter M&Ms are top tier M&Ms.
Oh, okay.
Ones,
I never had those.
Orange bag. Oh,
very good. I like the. I like the pretzel ones.
Yeah.
Not my fave.
I like the coconut ones.
Okay.
I didn't even know.
But the peanut butter ones, and then the peanut with a little peanut in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yo, I like the fudge brownie ones.
Hey, bro, I'm shocked. I thought there were two types of M&Ms. Plain and peanut.
That's all you
that
knew.
Was it. That was all I knew about M&M's. Coconut one, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know.
Peanut butter.
I'm not a candy eater. I don't know.
Ones for Lupe.
Yep. That's how. That's
okay.
how.
Yeah, so I got put on the
Wow. Them woke M&Ms. Lupe and
thank you, Lupe. Thank you.
Lupe, I can't say anything about Lupe because
his fans are coming for you.
Lupe's fans has attacked like my whole style of interviewing.
They was like, fuck this nigga and his luxurious beard.
Hey, they was like, look.
At least they said the beard was nice.
They got on me, boy. So where do you all want to go?
Home.
I know, but I mean, we have yesterday, we have some January 6th news that man's photographed in Pelosi's office on January 6th with his feet up.
Throw this nigga under the jail.
Can we?
Convicted on all 8 counts. How surprising.
Create more counts to charge him with.
Because he didn't have a jury of his peers.
Oh, that's what he said. He didn't have a jury of his peers. Well,
dumbass thought he got people from Arkansas to be on his jury.
Yes, that's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. He wanted people from Arkansas. But guess what, my nigga? You did your crime in Washington, D.C. You probably should have thought of that before you came. When you came to D.C.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
when you came to D.C. and when you committed a crime in D.C., guess what you was going to see in that jury? Some D.C. folks, you know what I'm saying?
And they would be like, D.C.'s not a state. No shit. That's why you get federal charges.
100%.
When you commit crimes in D.C.
That's what ass ignorant fool are you?
That was the lawyer, and I was...
Google's your friend, and maybe if you Googled for... Like, I would think that if you're going to do a crime...
Yeah, because they're trying to argue. They want to argue change of venue and want people to be prosecuted in the home that they came from, because, they were actually domestic terrorists who crossed states and borders to go crap in the Capitol. But... that's not how it works. Where you commit crimes is where you get prosecuted from.
So it says...
No. What is that?
That's his January 6th. You didn't hear that last time? If you listen to the show back.
What sound is that?
That's somebody passing gas.
What?
So I don't know. I didn't even know he got it. I just... one day I heard it. Yeah, what is wrong with them?
Don't ask what's wrong with me. I was wrong to people to shit in the Capitol.
That sound. Downloaded that sound.
I uploaded
to the little thing and pushed the button.
In the Capitol.
This is
what wrong with
this is what Richard Barnett, and I guess they call him Big O, said the day on January in recording. Again, you broke in the Capitol and you willingly did news media. Nancy Big O was here. You be calling Nancy Pelosi out of her name.
Damn.
I put a quarter on the desk for the envelope. Remember, he took an envelope from her that he stole from at the time, the Speaker of the House. It says in court, his lawyer said his client has suffered a cut during the riot, and he took the envelope out of the building because his blood was on. Hey, yo, lawyers is going to lawyer. I tell you what. So they said that he said right now the world hates Richard Barnett. The world looks at him in disgust.
I mean,
there's really no place for a man like him in today's world. But that's not a reason to convict him. I know a place for him.
Jail.
Prison, my nigga. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200, my nigga. Get out of here.
I just wondered, did he shit on the Capitol floor?
That is a great question.
On the walls.
That is a great question. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's like, where was he after? I just need the time, like, you know what I mean?
And then, I'm a Christian. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, and is that Christian behavior?
Did Jesus make you do this?
That's what I'm saying. Is that Christian behavior, breaking in, calling this woman out of her name?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what you call a Christian? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It said he's regretful that he got caught. He's regretful that he's being prosecuted.
But if I didn't.
Yeah.
The funniest thing about January 6th to me is that it has launched the MAGA rapper.
Oh, wow.
And one of the fastest growing hip hop genres.
Oh, wow.
It's MAGA.
I'm about to go make me some scams. I'm about to scam me some MAGA rappers.
So I could really go and be MAGA Muslim and then maybe get a bag.
Hey, bro, you probably get a super bag. MAGA Muslim, and you wouldn't even be lying.
He would just be himself.
But no, now listen, to me, even more interesting.
Am I really that bad though?
No,
I'm about to say, because I'm probably the most radical out of all of us.
And more, a miracle probably would disagree. And more January 6th news, to me, more interesting was the fact that 3 active duty Marines
who work in intelligence
were arrested for participating. Why just now?
It's almost like it was a coup.
It's almost like it was domestic terrorism. Almost like that. Yes, 3 men, active duty Marines, were arrested on 4 charges each, stemming from their participation in the mob that stormed the U.S. Capitol. The 3 men are the first active duty military members to be arrested in connection with the siege.
Did they get Marjorie in this?
They said there was a Marine major who was taken into custody May of 2021 on 9 charges. All 3 Marines who were arrested more than 2 years after the attack work in jobs connected to the intelligence community.
So who charges them? Did they get court? They're going to get court-martialed, right? They get thrown in the brig.
Yeah, because this is military.com is where this news is coming from.
So it's my understanding that the military tribunal will prosecute, but the feds can. But then with terrorism.
Because that's like the theme of, what's it called? You can't handle the truth.
Oh, that's the movie
Tom Cruise and Jack Nicholson.
Yeah. What was it? The Red. It was a.
Did you order the Code Red?
Code Red. Yeah. Yes.
But there is like a secret tribunal that terrorists and
the Illuminati
go to. It's like this very top secret court, so they could be prosecuted there if they know government secrets. And they want the secrets to expose. So it's a lot. Be 613 in real life. It's very fascinating.
That is interesting.
But and it is wild to me that the fact that several military, active and former military were arrested January 6th. Several former and active police officers were arrested in January 6th. But somehow but I'm just saying, somehow we go out there with our signs, also we're scary. How are we scared, so scary, other than being black and brown, right? Yeah. With our signs, right? We're not going out there. We don't have military training. We're not going out there with guns and knives and bats to go harm somebody, right? We're not coming to the protest with zip ties, ready to take nobody hostage, but they're patriots and we're scary. That's what's so wild about this. And so I didn't hear not one quote unquote patriotic politician talk about these Marines.
Come on.
Yeah.
But our good friend Ollie.
Ali Alexander. What is he doing?
He's fun. He's back on Twitter, which
I thought he was going to be exposing some.
He said he's slowly but surely. But he has alleged that Marjorie Taylor...
Oh, yeah, he said she committed crimes.
He said he's got proof of it.
Yes.
So, again,
tear each other down, please, for the love of God. Yes.
Kevin was like, I'm gonna let y'all think y'all about to win with this speaker stunt y'all are doing.
Let's hope so.
Y'all about to be on these committees acting a fool, committing even more crimes,
I thought that was
cover up your crime.
I thought that was his friend, though. I thought Marjorie was Kevin's friend.
Wouldn't he really be the real MAGA Muslim?
Ali Alexander, is he Muslim?
He could.
Yes, probably, but you might want to copyright that.
Gay Muslim.
Then if he steals it, you know what I'm saying? You can sue him. You can take the White Lives Matter, the black dudes that copyrighted White Lives Matter and wouldn't allow Kanye to mass produce his shirts.
I mean, he did say he wanted to talk with media, so we could reach out and see if he wants to sit down for This Week in White Supremacy.
Who? Ali Alexander? Yeah. He said he wanted to talk to media.
Not
us. That'd be fascinating. Yeah.
You want him on the show?
I got 1,000,001 questions with this nigga, starting with who bullied you?
Right, yeah.
Who bullied your bitch ass as a child?
Well, he got arrested for scamming and then turned his life around.
Did he? Did he turn his life around? Do we want to get into this teacher that
just ready for that report? You just want to read the words, don't you?
A Texas middle school teacher.
The worksheet of slurs.
Man.
Apparently, he decided to give his students a trigger word scramble that included the N-word as well as derogatory terms like fat and crackhead. And I'm assuming that this teacher knew.
I love that stupid and idiot also shared these.
Fat, dumbass, stupid, idiot, crackhead, the N-word, the R-word.
What's the R-word?
The R-word is how,
who are
yeah.
Donald Trump made famous.
Yes. Yeah. And so but again, it says and you had to, it says draw a line to match each word in this definition. A contemptuous term used for the black people.
What was on your head, bro?
A person addicted to the drug crack. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, to me, this person had to known he was going to get fired. He had to have wanted to be fired.
I wonder, what was happening in the teacher's lounge for him to resort to this. Yo, bro, who ate your lunch?
Watch me get fired today?
Yeah, it's
this episode of Abbott Elementary.
They refused his
something had to happen. 100%. Right.
He was like, I got something for y'all.
Because, he had to fill in the blank. NIE. And you had to put the GG and the R in it. I mean, this dude, yes.
Do you think this was some Lex Luthor social experiment? Did you really think you were operating on a higher level?
Color by word, okay? Color by word. Oh, okay. The color key doesn't include the N-word.
But that shows you, with all their trigger words, they have no anti-white slurs.
100%. That is a great
So they always know where to go.
Yeah, 100%.
And who to come for.
Yes. We're going to come for queer folks, black people, women, You know what I'm saying? People that use drugs, but just like you said, where is the white slur? Yeah.
And I say that because, we have that environmental plant here, and they keep calling it the C word plant, and I can't.
An environmental plant? I'm not down with that.
It's called a cracker plant because it cracks the atom or
something. You laugh. You silently laugh to yourself. The cracker plant. What they doing over there?
No, the first time I was like, I don't think I can say that, and they were like, it's because of the process.
Yeah, it cracks atoms.
And I was like, okay.
You talking about the one that's out
Beaver,
north?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about.
You thought that was where Donald Trump came from?
No, but I didn't. But every time they say it, and we're in these environmental work groups, and they keep talking about. I'm like, I just have a problem saying this.
That's
call
hilarious.
it something else.
Let's call it something else.
But there was no slurs. There was no anti-white slurs in this worksheet.
Crazy. So, do we have? I mean, I guess we can.
Do we have white pages?
Oh yes.
Do we have
a white page, sir? Excuse me. Absolutely not. We have black liberatory pages today, sir.
Oh man,
to correct my mistake from last week.
We have black liberation theology today,
we got
sir.
The BLT.
Leave it to the MAGA Muslim to try to throw pork on black liberation. What is wrong with you?
It was beef bacon. Beef bacon, bro.
Where's the camera? Oh, our book today. Freedom Moves. Hip-hop knowledge, pedagogies, and futures. Shout out to my brothers, Sammy Alim, Jeff Chang, and Casey Wong.
Large up men like Casey Wong.
Yeah, our brothers. And what makes this book special, okay?
What page is it?
Oh, you turn to page 159. Chapter 6 is called One Hood. Hip-hop, art, activism, and media creation in Pittsburgh. We got a whole chapter in the book, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because would it be Freedom Moves without One Hood, Treble? Of course not.
Not at all.
Of course
when
not.
Was that book made?
It was just recently made.
Is my name in that chapter?
No, the miracle. Your name is not in that chapter.
The third One Hood project.
Damn.
But then how? Oh, look, and it says featuring. Let's see who this book is featuring. Rakim, Chuck D, Joan Morgan, Mark Anthony Neal.
Ooh.
Brittany Cooper.
Love her.
Mark Lamont Hill.
Love him.
Bettina Love.
Ooh, love is love.
Christopher Emden.
I don't know who that is.
The Wu-Tang, that's the hip hop Ed. That's my brother.
Okay.
The Wu-Tang Clan's Jizza. Treva Lindsay. Breon Bain.
And?
Jasiri X. Sean about it! Give me my claps, brother. Give me my claps. Yeah.
So now.
Yes.
Doctor.
Yes, Dr. Jasiri X. Yes. Come on.
Speaker.
Author.
Yes.
Freedom Moves. The debut. The Jasiri X book debut.
And in a book.
Oh, yeah. We coming. You know what I mean? That's, pause.
We were doing so good.
I thought this dude was going to say something. I looked at him and he looked at me like, I'm about to say something. You're about to get ignorant. So get this book. It's on Amazon. We got the hard copy.
Pause.
We're never seeing.
But you can get it in paperback on Amazon.
Or bareback.
We're never.
No, sir. No, there's no such thing as a bareback book, sir.
What?
Okay, no, sir.
Always have protection.
If there were, Farouk would have a whole
Look at my library.
bookcase full. Hey, yo.
Oh my God.
We're officially done tonight.
Wait. Do we have announcements? Is there anything coming up? We had an amazing We Keep Us Safe meeting yesterday. At Optic Voices, Mama's Boys exhibit. Shout out to Ime and that exhibit. That was dope.
Yeah. On a serious tip, youth in the area, ages 16 to 26, we are doing, kind of like a community think tank.
Yes.
Around community violence. We would love for you to be involved. Again, that's youth 16 to 26.
Every Monday
here at One Hood.
Yes.
Pull up. We would love to hear from you. We'd love to engage you. We would love to hear what you got to say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And bring those ideas into fruition.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. But is there anything else happening?
As a reminder, Tuesday, February 7th,
yes.
special election.
Yes.
If you want to vote by mail, you have until January 31st. If you're in PA districts 32, 34, and 35, get ready. Your election day is Tuesday, February 7th. It's also allegedly a day that maybe someone at this table has a premiere for roundtable discussion. We'll have more information next week.
What?
Your roundtable discussion that you just were on is on February 7th, right?
What the hell was I talking about?
The HIV and AIDS.
Oh, man, I forgot that even happened. Yeah, man, that was a great discussion. I was like super excited to be a part of that panel. That was dope.
Yes, and
very cool.
For February 7th is also National Black HIV AIDS Awareness Day. Farouk is going to be on a panel with Trans Uniting and some other organizations.
Very cool.
Premiere. On the 7th, we'll get more information
Absolutely.
about that when it comes. So please make sure you're registered to vote. Well, there's letter was just passed. But please make sure if you're registered, if you want to vote by mail, you do so by the 31st.
Yeah, and also shout out to Manny who kind of spearheaded an effort this Sunday around the houseless folks in our community. We got a food truck out there trying to show love, support, kindness to our unhoused folks. But shout out to Manny and his organization CRIP for leading that effort. And also, isn't there a poetry tryout coming up, Trouble?
Yes, on Thursday. If you're watching this, that will be tomorrow. From 5 to 8, we are hosting auditions right here in the Black Box for a poetry event me and Bernard Alexander are planning Saturday, March 11th. So come through, email me at shaheem@onehood.org with your name or your stage name, and then we got you locked in. And if you can't make it, we're also accepting virtual submissions that you can send to the same email.
Dope. And so that's going to be a big poetry event coming up, I think, in March, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're going to do a big shout out to Bernard Alexander, yes, connector, the master networker, connecting everybody. And then I do want to send a shout out, one of our biggest supporters, my sister Yana. Today's her birthday. Oh, happy birthday, Yana.
Happy birthday.
What's up? Yeah, I mean,
turn up.
Absolutely. So with that being said,
we're out of here. I hope you enjoyed your trip to Caucassic Park.
Till next time. Peace. One Hood, y'all.